Well, today should be an interesting one. Keeping the ball rolling, we are still in the transfer window. Absolutely looking forward to this one as well. We've got an FA Cup game up, we've got league games as well, but they're more important, I would say, not than the Cup, but more important than other league games because we are very close to that 6th position. Can we jump into it? As yes people, welcome back guys to episode number 7 of season number 5 of this Grimsby to Glory. Now this season's going on a little bit longer than usual, of course, because we put a different kind of video in, and of course we're going a bit slow with the cup competitions. As you can see, we start with the cup competition up today, away at Craven Cottage, as there's more excitement than just that. We've got transfers to make, and of course more games, 5 more games in fact to go. As if you're excited for this one, as always, smash a like. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. And of course, all that good stuff. If you do want to catch up on it and you've missed a couple, make sure you watch them before this one. As, I can't really show you the games because it's the standings being shown in the FA Cup. Excuse me, little bit of a frog in my throat. As hopefully not in terms of games today, as it's off the back of a disappointing result. Tyrese Dolan getting the goal for Blackburn Rovers to beat us at New Blundell Park as we're away at Craven Cottage, followed up by a home game at Bristol City, or against Bristol City should I say. Then we're away at Peterborough, Posh going to town, hopefully not on us, as Barnsley at New BP, then deadline day, and maybe touching down in Stoke to try and get that game done, or I think it was at home, so Stoke coming to us, can't get my games the right way around. But of course, business is a huge thing about today. This is a reserve side. Don't really want to look at that. That is the team that probably will be playing. Of course, fitness depending still. But I'm looking at this main squad. Make one more change. And I think that really is our main team at the moment. Of course, we've got a new signing in yesterday. What a signing he looks. David Beckham in the thumbnail. New David Beckham, I am thinking. I didn't really say that in the video, but I was definitely thinking it afterwards. Looks very, very decent. 19-year-old Regan Cook. Of course, McAtee isn't the starter. That is Reggie Stone. Maybe a striker? Of course, we do have Sidey and Cullen and Coxey who's already in the team, but I feel like Coxey is a backup player. I don't want to replace left wing-back. I feel like Gleno's good enough there. Same with James Bree at right wing-back. And I mean, I've already signed a central midfield, but possibly that could be the position. Anyway, right now, I don't feel like it's an actual position that we need to sign on. I feel like it is, if we find a quality player and he is good enough to get in the team, we put him in the team. As Hugo Stewart is leaving us, not on a loan, but a permanent deal, going to Sheffield Wednesday for almost $500,000. I feel that's good business. No offence to the lad, but I don't think I saw him getting in the team anyway, as this is the team for Fulham. Of course, a Premier League side, but there is some changes, on the bench especially, as we're going to go with this lineup. We've got Ryan Alsop, newly signed up for an extra year. He'll be 35 when he leaves this club, or maybe 36. As Pritchard gets another start, he loves the cup with Godwin, Malif, Severko back in the centre of the defence, with Scales on the left and Coyle far left, with Eccles and Regan Cook. Cook starting his first game, but sitting a bit further back, getting them just in front of the defence. Dominic Ball not included in this squad. Got an injury, I think, hasn't he? I know he's focused on the squad, but yes, he has got an injury as McAtee is sitting in front of those in that pivot role. Reggie getting a bit of a rest as Gyökeres is back from injury, starting up front alongside Coxey. So got a bit of pace and then hopefully a bit of quality that he's been lacking so far, I've got to admit. Not as good as I thought he might have been, as here we go. Fulham away from home. We had a decent run in the Carabao. Can it happen in the FA Cup? And it's actually going to show us the lineups for once in the cup competition, as Dioudis is in goal, Socrates I'll call him, Valentin Rosier, Dulete Kalita Carr moving over from Southampton, Carmo, Paulo Otavio the Brazilian, Georgiev, Paulinho, good player, Vermin as well, and Ryan Fraser, with Andreas Pereira supporting Enes Unal, a player we had at Barcelona if you remember that save. A good player that I think many do sleep on. He's got some qualities about him, as hopefully our team can show their quality to get us over the line in this one, as Louis Coyle with an instant read. Straight into Liam Scales. He'll accelerate past the player a little bit and put it through that gap onto McAtee. Now onto Victor Gyökeres, out wide into Pritchard. He's going to whip it in. It's not the greatest of balls. We don't win that second one, but we should win this one. We do. Into Louis Coyle. That's straight through to Coxey, who needs to try and spin his defender. Tried to, you know. Unlucky, and he stayed down a little bit as McAtee will take the shot on. Deflection in there, but I don't like what I'm seeing with Coxey. Too early, really, to judge as Liam Scales. Brilliant reading on that pass right there as Allsop with that ball straight over into Pritchard. He's got some pace about him as this right wing back, so he needs to get running. Still yet to break entirely into the first team, I'd say, as we've lost the ball in a dangerous position. NSU now, we need to stay in shape a little bit, Marines. Stay in the middle. We need players to be picked up as there's a man coming short a little bit, but Marine Sverko with a decent tackle. However, it leads to a corner for the Londoners. Can we get this ball out of the box? I'm not following the short one. Now I need to, because they've actually passed it into him. Saidi gets rounded. Is this an in-swinger? No, it's just a pass. Need to stay strong. They've squeezed in. It's to the edge of the box. It's going all around. And also with a save. Okay, good stop from our main manners. Can we defend the second corner? We do. I think it was Veerman jumping with that header as we'll get a pass straight into John McAtee to try and run away from them a little bit. He's going to use Regan Cook, who gives it back into McAtee. Here he is, the number 7 shirt he's got. He's here for 2 years on loan. If he gets the game time and not recalled, that is. And a 3 million buy clause, I think, is fantastic business as McAtee tried to just slip inside E. Unfortunately, so far, however, don't really see anything possibly falling our way as Liam Scales through the middle. He's stepped aside of us, and we did come out of the defence a bit rash there, but have got the ball as Saidi with this into Gyökeres. He's going to just look into Eccles. I think I'm getting that name right a bit more. Victor Gyökeres. Maybe wrong with my pronunciation as it was a decent whipped in ball, but no one there, of course. I really wouldn't want a replay in this as the half-time whistle goes, and it is one apiece. Not one apiece. 0-0. Don't know where I magicked the 2 goals from, but hey-ho. Got to get going in this second half a bit more, I'd say. Doing well possession-wise, but we just haven't got the fast build-up. It is unbalanced, or I think it might be on possession, potentially. The tactics. I have changed the tactics as well. I don't think I've ever shown you guys. Forever switching and swapping them around as that's a decent ball towards Unyal. Easy read, however, for Pritchard. He's had another decent game. Maybe it is time. He potentially breaks into the first team as a big save from Ryan Allsop. An in-swinging shot as Stansfield comes onto the field. Of course, he's had a story going around with Exeter. A lovely footballing story if you haven't heard that one. I highly recommend you look up Stansfield, but this is not looking good for us. We need to try and defend this corner a little bit more. We've run into his net as Saidi needs to watch Georgiev, who's run out of play. Take that all day long as Godwin's as captain for today as well. Didn't realise that. Louis Coyle no longer the captain at this club. Is that a sign that time's not really of the essence for him? I don't know what to take from it as he'll get the ball out here. In-swinger looked a decent one, but it falls straight back into us. That's a decent pass into Saidi, who's broke it through here to McAtee onto the edge of the box and slotted home. I think it's Josh Eccles. 65 minutes on the clock, and we take the lead away at Craven Cottage. Now that, to say we haven't had many shots, if one at all in this game, that is a brilliant move to break that deadlock. It's just beautiful pass, and we'll get Reggie Stone on as well. Edge of the box. Pulled back and just passed in there. Team goal. Complete goal. That is what you call, not in a negative way, grim football. As in Grimsby, not as in bad. As that ball over the top. Always be Godwin's. We'll see this out if we can. Isn't too great as a ball over the top. NSU now running with Marine Severco. Ooh, that's not a great ball away, however. And a shot comes in, and what a goal. I'm sorry. How has it even gone in? That's a peach. We know Andreas Pereira has quality, and he's shown it right there. First time, man in his way, curls it round the man and into that top corner. Allsop with no chance. Like it could potentially be that replay, which is not wanted. Crammed in midweek with a tired team, and a simulation isn't the best of things that we want whilst challenging for playoff football as NSU now. Of course, I'd rather have a replay than lose the game, however, as that ball through. Pritchard with the read. We'll pass it in. Don't think you noticed, but Jaheim Headley coming on for one of his first games in absolutely ages. As if he can chip that over the top. Gyökeres with a chance. He takes it down. Keeper didn't come. And Victor Gyökeres, I think, has won it here in Fulham. It's just an easy goal. He is back with a goal on his return. And that should be that. Premier League team beaten. Maybe so. It's a ball over his shoulder. Goalkeeper, I think, what was his name? Socrates, his first name was? I know that. With a poor judgment there. He should have come out and collected it. Didn't. Victor to slam it. The ball's in the air. If we win this header, can we flick it on? We almost did, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've beaten another Premier League team this year. Not even a playoff team just yet. But we've done it. Josh Eccles and Victor Gyökeres makes the trip to the capital completely worth it. As Liam Cox, bruised shoulder injury, out for 5 days. As Victor Gyökeres, thanks for pushing me back into the action last night. I definitely felt ready. I think it was good to get a game. I was really disappointed, Alex Moore. Don't want you injured again. I mean, you'll get your chances at some point, mate. I understand he's flying, as we were before Blackburn Rovers last episode. We are now 5 points off the playoffs, which isn't too great, actually. I thought it would be less than that. Bristol City is the game to try and get us back up there. And with the progression in the cup, it actually makes our chances in the league a bit worse. Because, of course, I want to play the cup. I want to keep a cup run going if we can. I really do. As we'll see who we play and don't play, depending on the opponent. Jasper Moon has been approached from Ascoli. I don't know where that team is, but I think it might be one we let out. There's no signings going through so far. A player going out, though, is Jasper. It's moved very quickly, and he will swiftly be out of the door. It's a harsh one to take. An Italian club. He's been a brilliant addition since his loan from Barnsley in one of the first seasons. That's the word I was looking for. You can see it's a D, though, so the board actually must agree. Was surplus to requirements. So where are Bristol Rovers in the league, and where are the teams that we also play today? I mean, who do we play? That is the question. Peterborough are down there, Bristol are down there, Stoke are even behind us. As then we also play, I don't think we play Swansea. This is just my memory. The memory game is one I'll probably never win. As it is Barnsley. Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now that is one we definitely can't simulate. That is very intense. I cannot wait for that now. As we'll play Bristol City, we'll play Man United, we'll simulate the other two, and we'll probably do deadline day, which will take time as well. So I think that is the episode planned out. Maybe makes the season last a little bit longer. Oh, but Old Trafford, the main team, looking like the main team should. It's the usual suspects, apart from Moore and Coxey. Sidey starts, because Coxey got a bit of a knock. He's okay now. Lindsay's in the defence, Pollock's in the defence as well, and Pritchard is. So changes at the back, but not around the team. Or Reggie starts, actually, who didn't start the last game. Gleno back in. It's actually quite a few changes, but I'm going to trust it. I'm trusting Pritchard over James Bree as well, because I do have faith in him, as it is, of course, going to be a played game now, this one, and they've got a bit of a tired team. Let's see how we can do against the Robins. Back at New BP for this one. We're definitely going away to Manchester very soon, which I can't wait for. As Tommy Conway and Sam Bell, ex-Mariner up front. Benarus in cam. He looks a decent player with Mark Sykes. Santi Cornejo with Cameron Pring at one wing-back. Zach Viner, Taylor Moore and Duncan Idahan, ex-Grimsby. At the back with George Tanner. And Stefan Bajic, of course, still in goal. Awara Edwards on that bench. Another Mariner suffered the relegation in that season with us. As how's it going to go here at home? Of course, after the Fulham game, I'm hoping for a good homecoming, as they've just injured one of us men straight away, and the play is immediately stopped. And it's Victor Gyökeres. He's just got back from injury, our main striker, for the playoff push. And he has gone down within, what? 2 minutes and 2 seconds with Manchester United round the corner as main striker, highest paid player, has gone down 2 minutes and 2 seconds into this home game. Tommy Conway, I hate you. Honestly, that is just cruelty as Pritchard in the middle on to Coxey. Coxey to spin. Oh, got a cheeky nutmeg, but Couldn't carry away with the ball as Viner gives it straight to us, however. I've still got faith for this game. I've put full faith in Coxey, although he doesn't start to do something in this game as he blasts one towards Bajic. I'm just thinking about the Man United trip right now. Of course, we'll get it done. The Saidi to put the pressure on. He doesn't win it, but the ball cleared straight up to one of our men as Reggie Stone to step away a little bit. Gets it out wide to Saidi. Oh, horror touch. Eccles, 20 minutes in. Wouldn't mind a performance like the Fulham one, of course. Bristol Rovers on paper should be an easier game, but of course this is league football. Nothing's easy, but when Cox is making runs like that, it makes it decent as, just nicked away from him as we do win the header with Cookie, but can't do it with it. Run down the wing here from Pritchard. So he cuts inside, he'll cut away from his man a little bit. Saidi in front of Coxey, who just manages to keep the ball, however. Gets it out to Pritchard. Mopped in against a cross as Coxey tried to take a good touch around his man, couldn't do so. And they've accelerated a little bit away from us. Got to just make sure we don't push too much as that is brilliant work. Pritchard in the defence, he's superb today as that's a ball onto Coxey. And Reggie was waiting. Pritchard with a pass into Regan Cook as Cook gives it into Pritchard. Back in the middle right now into Coxey as Saidi. Saidi's going to get that ball down the wing. Now that's a brilliant one. Here is Saidi on a bit of an angle to power it. Bajic saved it rather powerfully into his own foot, but then caught it again. Weird stuff, but 0-0. And Regan Cook to run forward here, 55 minutes on the clock. Into Coxey. He's got Saidi in front of him, but look at the run from Cookie. He's down this wing right here. He's got the ball. He's going to pass it back into Coxey, now on the edge towards Eccles. And that was the biggest chance of the game, actually. Pring with the ball out wide right here as we're going to pull a ball back straight into Regan Cook. And we're going to put it across the middle of the park, straight into Josh Eccles. Pass forward again. Isn't a good one for Coxey, but he does get on the ball, and that's a good one from him to in towards Saidi, who's just pushed a bit out wide, and the shot wasn't great at all, was it? Wasn't great. He's absolutely shattered, though, so we're going to take him off the field. A corner ball here for Josh Eccles to whip in. I'm going to see, really, how good his corners are, because they haven't been great recently. That looks okay, though, and we win it! Cookie again, just unlucky, as I'm not putting McAtee on just yet. I'm not going to risk it, I don't think, because we'll go with, what do you call it, Reggie Stone. He looks a lot better with set pieces, so we'll work this one in. That looks decent as well. Not landing for anyone. Cullen trying to win it. Coxey does, into the danger area. Oh, we needed to score that. We really needed to score that. That's Eccles who usually takes them as Cullen's gone down. Oh, and a free kick in a very interesting position. We're going to take Cookie off. He's had a brilliant game. Alex Moop still. He was on good form when he dropped out of the team, so it's unlucky on him. As it's put Matty Pollock on these. And I think it's a good job I subbed Alex Moop on, because he looks the best from these set pieces. How's it going to go here for the big man? Come on. I want a good free kick. That looks decent power-wise. Can it go in? Oh, man! Just wide. So very close as a run down this line here. We can't lose this one. It swung into the middle. It's a free shot. And a 3 points. Surely going back to Bristol. Now that is poor football from us. I mean, Man United, yes, to come. But the league's gotta be priority. And so far in this game, we've dominated. Bristol City get their only chance of the game. It's just slotted underneath his keeper. Nigel Pearson will be very happy with how that's gone for his team. Can't blame the officials this time out as that's a ball towards Coxey. He can't control it. Plus he's offside. I think the game's gone. I think we've lost another, what could be a potential 6-pointers now with where this takes them in the league. As Reggie Stone gets the ball here through the middle straight onto Coxey. Cullen continuing his run. It's a decent one from Cullen. Hits the crossbar. Hits the crossbar still. This attack may be on. We've got to win that ball. Mowat does. Through that middle onto Coxey. He's very far out, but he goes for it. Straight into Bajic. It falls. And Cullen can't get there. 4 added minutes. Come on, lads. We've got a lot of time as there's another injury to Eccles, which is another problem for us. As that's a good tackle from Liam Lindsay. Straight onto Coxey. Cullen. Oh, it's a poor ball. And that's going to be game over now. It is. Bristol City beating us 1-0 at New BP. Again. We go from the highs of beating Premier League teams to the lowest of the lows. losing in the league and stretching that gap between us and the promised land further. As Victor Gyökeres broken metatarsal, 2-month injury. Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course his main man's out as Louis Coyle happy with himself. Don't get ahead of yourself, I'll say. We won't always go our way. Really disappointed to get left out. You'll get your chance soon if you just stay patient. As keep your feet on the ground. Definitely Liam Lindsay. It wasn't a good performance. We lost the game. Not good at all, as Peterborough, of course, will be simulated the next game in our minds. But we're 11th, so we've got to do well in this league as well. So I'm actually going to play... You may be angry with this, but I'm going to play the main team for the league. Not going to keep it until the cup. I'm going to go... Actually, I'm going to keep Pritchard in there. I'm going to play Bree in the cup. I'm going to go with Moa over Eccles, Sidey and Cullen up front. Reggie's still in the team. Maybe McAtee plays against Man United. That would be interesting. As how does it go against Posh? We're away from home, of course. Bit of fatigue in that team as it's a 1-1 draw. Robinson and Sidey. But that is shameful. Not good, but got to put us focus on this. Round of 32. Red Devils away from home. As I know what you can offer this team, it's going to be really difficult to pick it. That's really disappointed again. Don't want you injured again. You've got to stop moaning, Duncan. No offence to you, mate. You're definitely not in this squad. You're doing me head in. As, of course, we're looking at a load of players. As could we actually sign a player? On the day we play Man United. I mean, there's a good centre-back right there. Linus Valkvist. I'm not going to sign him for the name. But there is a few more players that I'm liking the look of. And one that's been scouted, I've just been told. Ben Waine. With Gyökeres' injury record, I feel like another striker could do the job. He's 74 rated from New Zealand. Don't know his previous clubs, but bringing him to English football, it's a gamble. But if he hits the ground running, it might not be. Yes, another striker through the doors, but we're not scoring enough goals. That's his problem. We're getting beat when we do get beat, like 1 or 2-0. So if we could change them in our favour, I think we'd be alright. As can we offer 11.5 million? That signing on bonus is way too high for him. I want to remove the goal bonus because I think he might hit it. Get to England, please, for that. He does! That's as easy as you want. 2 big signings in this window. Reagan Cook for money, / loan to buy, whatever you want to call it. Not money this season, or next, the season after. And Ben Waine. I think that's a terrific signing. Of course, Sidey is scoring in simulations, but we could have done with another player, and now we've got one. I think he'll go on the bench, as that does fill all the squad slots up, I'd say. This is the team we're going to play. He's going to start on the bench. Of course, he'd probably be good enough and one of his best options for Man United, but he's only just arrived, and I'm taking that into account as the team. Got Bree back in. Godwin is the captain to lead the boys out. Coyle. Got Cookie and Eccles. Reggie's still in. Cullen and Sidey. I know it's not as strongest force up front, but hopefully it's the force to be reckoned with. Alex Moore. Is he better defensively than Eccles? He's more physical. Do I go with a more physical player? He's got better shooting and passing, and we'll probably need that. Alongside Cookie, I think that's okay. So that is the team we're going to go with. Manchester United. FA Cup. As big first test in this save. How is it going to go? As here it is. If you follow the Instagram, which of course will be linked down below, you'll see a couple of posts have been here. Grimsby fan, been to Old Trafford a little bit. How is it going to go though? Hopefully not the theatre of dreams for the Red Devils this game. As the team they're going to play, Walter Benitez, Shurandi Sambo, Tedem Mengi, Ezri Konza, Tyrell Malacia, Conrad Lima, Scott McTominay still there, Emin Bundia, Hyun-Min Son in the Man United lineup with Verts, I forgot his first name actually, and Daniel Mallon. I'd say it's stronger than what they have now with Son, but the rest of them I'm not sure about. Let's just attack them. Why the hell not? No Ronaldo in that lineup. We've got a chance. We've got a chance as Emi Buendia trying to outpace Louis Coyle down this wing, and we'll catch up to him. We'll place that straight in the middle for Liam Scales as well as a turn and go. Straight onto Anthony Sidey, who can't get that ball around the corner either. Now a little bit of an attack for them through the middle. This is where we're going to watch ourselves. And as defenders, not sprinting out. I want his attack to do well, but his defence need to stay resolute. It is Man United away from home, as we might get a chance off here. Keeping the ball. They won't expect our attacks. They probably haven't even scouted us being in the Prem, as that's a ball whipped in. Still we keep it. Oh, we can't whip it. what I do for VAR as well in career mode. I think that would be such a decent addition. But of course, I never think he'll put it in. Has been out of position there, Louis Coyle. Sad for Gleno not to get his chance, but he's a bit tired at the moment. Want him to focus on the league form as Emi Buendia. Is he going to whip it in? Coyle's at his side, and Coyle shifting across, gets a touch, falls straight into Wirtz, who doesn't shoot. It might have been Scott McTominay, and Son tackled. Godwin charging out, and he's clipped him. He's even going in the book for that. That's harsh on Udoka as a free kick, and it's going to be Son to strike this. It's quite a bit out, and Emi Buendia standing over it as well. Will they shoot? They will! And what a save from Ryan Alsop. That is good work. It's I hate that. I've got to say, I know it's smart, but advertising foot champs, I just can't stand the game. I've gone off Ultimate Team altogether now, I must add that. Trying to keep myself calm by talking about something else, as Daniel Malen makes Old Trafford erupt. Didn't watch him in time. And that is a goal for United, courtesy of the Dutchman. Flying Dutchman, just through. Just in behind. Godwin pulled away, I don't know why. And now it's an uphill task if it wasn't already. Painful defending really. There's a ball back into Reggie Stone. Now Regan Cook into Godwin, who's going to charge forward. He's got a man at the side of him, but Godwin Malif goes to the middle onto Cullen. Now round the corner into James Bree. Come on, this is the response we want. Unfortunate with that pass. Tyrell Malacia with the read, but I like how far up the field we are actually, and we're dominating possession. Who would have believed it? As they're in behind a little bit there. Liam Lindsay with the read. Oh, Lindsay. What's that, mate? What is that for a pass? We've gifted them a corner ball as Emi Buendia will go short into Florian Wirtz. I've remembered his name now. Unlucky number 13 for Son, but he's pulled the ball back into Son. A run around is a decent one. Malen's shot is blocked. And what's going to happen here is it's telling me to say subs already. No, it's Man United. Yes, players will be poor. You can't help it. There's a ball short here. And they're going to run the way into the box. It's a ball now onto the edge of the box. Not going to shoot. Pull it back instead. Coyle's jumped in to block it. Udoka with the block. Still not fully cleared, however, as Scott McTominay. Oh, it's not out yet. Shift across the back into Scalesy. Who'll get that ball straight forward into side E. That's a decent turn. I think he has Prem experience with Bournemouth as he looks like he's got injured. Maybe a premature appearance for Ben Warren as it's 1-0 United at the break. Not too bad. Salvageable, but how the game's gone, probably not. So I will go ahead and make that change. Ben Warren is on already, or Wayne, or whatever you want to call him, as Cook. It'd be good if a Wayne scored at Old Trafford to get us back in this. Of course, after Wayne Rooney, as that's a ball through, however, there for Heung-min Son. Across the box, Scales with the read. And he gets it away. Good tracking. Be careful of them moves as that is Reggie on a turn. And a very good turn because James Bree's got a run on right here. If he can get the pass through the middle, that's a good one. Into Cookie, who can't return the ball down that wing again. And now we're on the back foot a little bit. Through the middle into Conrad Lima. Pressure on him. As of course we've got the ball here, right here with Godwin. It's a good pass into Scales and that's good working forward. Doing well. Oh, but that last pass. They're reading it every time. Yes, that's just the quality you get with United as Daniel Malen is having Godwin on toast in this game as he needs to get a tackle in, and he does. Of course, he's on a yellow card. He needs to be alright with that. There's a ball in the middle and a block from Liam Scales. Out for a corner as I'm going to put McAtee on. I've got to change something. Even though it's United, you've got to change it if it's not working. Thiago Almada to whip the ball in, and that's an easy header away for Coyles. Not a great header, my Stu, but McAtee tries to deal with it. Lost it! Good save, Ryan. Brilliant save as Daniel Malen. Godwin is rounded. It's a ball into Daniel Malen again. That's the game done probably now. We've put up a decent display here with United for a championship mid-table side as it stands. But the quality, just the quality of United just shines again. And it's Daniel Malen. It's his show. It's his limelight. I'm guessing he's not even the starting striker, but in for the FA Cup and showing why he should be challenging the team. As Anthony has come on for them, as Anthony Glennon comes on for us. He's coming on for Coyle. Gets that experience against a Prem team. As can we get a goal here? That'd be good. Liam Cullen should be onside, and he is, and he scores at Old Trafford. And instead of celebrating, he's going to pick the ball up. He's got the grind set, the Grimsby mindset in his mind. to go get the ball after scoring in the Theatre of Dreams. That shows a good footballer. As we've got time, 10 minutes. We can throw everything at this if we want to, boys. As Gleno, I'll accept being tired for Barnsley if we get a goal against United. I'd take a replay against these. As a ball down the wing now, and Anthony was gonna cross it, you could tell, as that's a good read in the middle. Alex Mort with a pass off into Ben Waine. That's onto Anthony Glennon flooding forward as he needs to be savvy with this one. Puts a decent ball in towards Wayne's path. He gets there first. Referee! Referee. A ball here to potentially whip in. I'm gonna just risk it, you know. I'm gonna chip it towards that box. It's McAtee. Over the top. That's a decent ball. Flicked on. Can we get there with Cullen? We don't, but we should win this. Godwin does. Oh, what an interception. Still. Oh, Ben Waine can't keep it. And don't let them score another on this break. We've got to be careful. It's Anthony running through. He's got a player face now. Was Godwin. Times it well on a yellow card, but still, I think the game's gone. We're just going to defend another one. That's put in. That falls to Daniel Mallon on a hat-trick. Out for a corner. How are they going to let him take it? Just blow the whistle. I'd lose the game. I don't want them scoring another one as the header is won. And there is the whistle. A 2-1 win for United. Oh, but a good competition from us. A good display. Ripped a microphone out of my ears. Oh, we just go again. Good display, boys, though. I'm proud of the lads. Oh, well, it's not too bad. As 11th in the league isn't what I want, though. So we've got to improve on that. Signings-wise, I don't know if we'll make any more. It's Christian Saidi. It broke his toe 3 months. I mean, we just signed a striker to get a partnership going. And then he goes and gets injured, which is fantastic news. Especially against United as Clement wanting Marine Sverko. It's not a bad offer, you know, for a player that isn't actually getting played as much and centre-backs are coming through the academy. You know what? I know he's not been here long, but Marine Sverko, I really had promise about him. He's a decent player as well. It's not that he's out of the team for being bad. He's out of the team because players are better than him. Probably does leave the Mariners right here as Liam Cox wants to grasp the opportunity of being in the team. I probably won't say no to that. Into this lineup, so Wayne does get a start in the league. Coxey and Stone are trying to support him. Cookie is in there as well. 3 regens in the team, which I think is good. Of course, Pritchard on the bench. I think the chances may fall to Tommy Shepherd a bit more now if Severko does leave. As of course, Saidi and Gyökeres out. That is just shameful. Dominic Ball as well. Not a bad player to have at your disposal. As these have got to be bottom of the league on 29 points. As you don't have enough available players to fill the sub bench. Okay, so it's because I've got Saidi on the bench. Didn't realise that. You guys were probably screaming at me. As we're going to see how this goes. Come on, bottom of the league, Barnsley is going to be a 2-1 win. Okay, we'll take it. A win's a win. Tapia with theirs. Alex Mowat levels it against his former club. And Reggie Stone to get us 3 vital points. As Marine Sverko did depart after that one. Unfortunate, didn't get to play in his last game. I'm sure he was at the stadium giving a wave away. As it went to plan, Coxey, didn't it? Very good work. Now on to deadline day as we sit 10th in the league. Could be business potentially done. I'm not, of course, I've said in the past, scouting anyone in particular as we sit 5 points off. Not bad. Birmingham now in that position. Playing them in the playoffs, as you probably might know from the save with Nottingham Forest. We lost to them in the playoff semi-finals, and that spiralled into being a road to glory because we got sacked. Yes, sacked from the Nottingham Forest save last year. A bit of a spoiler. I know you guys probably aren't going back and watching the previous saves anyway, but let's see how this goes. We've simulated 5 hours so far. And I'm looking on that list as Anthony Elanga going to Real Madrid from Marseille that he was at. Christopher Ayer going to Freiburg. A couple of decent moves going around here as we're on to the final 2 hours. I'm sorry guys, but I don't see anything happening. Unless Coxey, Stanley Liège. Not really an improvement. Maguire Drew will probably be talking to the manager thinking, probably go in for him. Don't tell Grimsby I told you to sign him because Grimsby are the parent club as well. But no, JMD. Coxey's staying here permanently. I want him here permanently as that is going to be that. We've got 2 good signings in. Cookie and of course Ben up front, which isn't bad. And we'll take it to be fair and hopefully run with it depending on how the games go. Next episode, Stoke, Swansea, QPR, Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday and Luton. I see league form getting back to how it was. I've got to be optimistic, don't I? As I'm going to sneeze, but I'm going to clap as well. Thank you guys I didn't. Excuse me though, as don't forget, of course, as this is the end of the episode, to like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well so you don't miss anything in the future. As that has been it from me for today. Take care of yourselves in a bit and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care and peace.